All right, I got a question for you guys. Can you be too focused? Can you be too focused on what you're doing? Um, is there such a thing as being too focused? You're focused, right? You're focused on the task at hand. You know, you're doing your homework. You're on your 9th page of your 10-page paper. You're very focused. Can you be too focused? Or in tennis, can you be too focused on a point, on that match point?
Definitely, I feel like you definitely can be too focused when it comes to sports.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's like messed up on a point or you've gotten a foul and you get stuck in that mindset of you messing up the process of the game can definitely affect your gameplay going forward if you can't pull yourself out of your mess up.
Yeah, exactly, Nathaniel. Good. So yes, you can be too focused. So maybe you are, I could give my own example. In high school, I was way too focused on beating somebody. He was my nemesis. His name was Derek. And for all throughout high school, I was almost an obsession. I wanted to beat him. I was very close to beating him. I played him 4 times. Each time was like this close. I never got to beat him, but I was so focused on beating him that I I didn't really pay attention to how I should beat him. You know, I built up this maybe this hate, this just this. You know, everybody wanted to beat Derek. All my teammates, you know, come on, Adrian, you got to beat Derek. I mean, you know, you're right there, and you just got to pull it out. And yeah, and I really thought that maybe it's just my skills. My skills was good enough. You know, it's kind of an ego thing. But I never got to be, and I never pay attention to how I should be beating him. If there was a different game plan or something, a strategy. So yes, you can be too focused on something to the point where it becomes a distraction. So if you're too focused on something, like laser focused, you have to be aware of that. And if you're the type of person that is way too, the type of person that you're just way too focused on something, you're just into it, it can be good, but it can be bad because you lose that awareness. You lose that, that other perception. So like you're doing your homework, right? You're on the 9th page of your paper. You're super laser focused. You're about to be done. Awesome paper, but the house is burning down. The house is just burning down. And what do you do? Are you still going to work on that paper? If you're too laser focused and the house is burning down, then your paper is a complete distraction. You got to get out of the house because it's burning down. So understand when your house is burning down. If you're too laser focused, you can be distracted as well. Okay. Any other thoughts or ideas? Thanks, Nathaniel. That make good sense. Anything else on that? Being too laser focused.
Going off of what you guys said, like as a basketball player, all
Mhm.
my coaches has always told me to like have like a short-term memory. So like
Yeah.
if you make a mistake, say like you miss a shot, you have a turnover or whatever it is, like you just have to forget it because if you're too focused on like the negatives, it'll impact
Mhm.
how you're playing and your like you said, like your focus and how laser focused you are.
Yeah, exactly. So you really have to have a short-term memory in all of sports. I think especially in tennis too, because tennis is a sport where you're constantly making mistakes. Like you hit a forehand, right? It's good, and then the next point it's out. It's out for no reason. It's just you just don't. Whatever happened, it's just out. And so you got to build up that short-term memory and not dwell too much in the past. And dwelling is a type of focus, right? It's a focus on the past, and you got to have a short-term memory, and so that staying present is a big thing. Okay, so thank you, thanks, Ryan. Anything else? Anything else on being too focused? That was really good. So we got some basketball players on over here. All right. Can you shoot 3-pointers, all of you? Those are good shooters, or you guys good passers, rebounders? Huh? who's a good shooter? I could shoot from 3-point range, maybe 2 out of 10 times I can make it, which is not good. It's 20%. All right. Anything else? Anything else on that? So yeah, that was good. Good discussion there. Let's see what's the next slide. Can you be too distracted? Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Can you be too distracted? So we're going the other way. Instead of being too focused, can you be too distracted to the point where you become focused? Can you be too distracted? Is there a way to be too distracted in anything, tennis and life?
Well, when I play volleyball, there comes to a point where like I make a lot of mistakes because then it's unpredictable where the ball is gonna go, and then sooner or later it gets to like almost close to match point, and that's when you have to like focus and then catch up, or like it's a championship game. Like you can't lose just because you're making these mistakes. You have to like use these distractions and then focus it into one area.
Awesome. That's excellent point. So you made a lot of mistakes. These are kind of distractions. And then you're up, all of a sudden you're on a match point and you got to do it. You got to focus in. So that's good. Anything else on that? Any other ideas on can you be too distracted? Oh, by the way, when we do these sessions, feel free to disagree. You don't have to agree with anything that I say. You can just completely disagree. That's always good for discussion. If you don't agree with anything, the premise of my question or the actual content, okay? But yeah, anything else on that? Can you be too distracted? Can you be too distracted?
I think it is possible because sometimes when you're too distracted, it means you're not like mentally present because of other things going on. So how, if you're having an off day or something, so I'm saying I don't think that you can become focused if you're too distracted.
You don't think you can become focused? Okay.
Yeah.
If you're too distracted, there's too many things going on at you in your head, you cannot become focused. That's
yeah.
Okay, that's good. Anything else? Any other comments? Thank you, Farah. Which is true. If you're too distracted, you can remain distracted. Because you are distracted, right? So yes. Anything else on that? All right. So, okay, let's discuss this. So, can you be too distracted to the point where you become focused? Okay. I think you can. And I'll tell you an example. I had a student where she was distracted by everything. Every little sound, every little noise, every little, I don't know, it could almost be imaginary what was going on. She was serving, she was in a match, she's distracted by birds, someone walking just in the pathway next to her. Obviously car alarms, major noises, stuff like that. Distracted by the opponent, like her personality or something about her, like she's like, I don't know, all of a sudden she called her a bitch or something like that. I don't know where that came from, but almost everything was a distraction. So what I did was I put on even more distractions on her, during practice, I would just like clap my hands when she's practicing serve. I just come up to her like really just out of nowhere randomly, I put her on a team where all these other players just kept talking and talking and talking, and I made them talk and talk and talk. All these things. I just went another 100% up with distractions on her head. Okay, and what do you think happened? What do you think? What do you think I was trying to do there? What's happening?